What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Pi News Media, your trusted source for the latest Pi network updates, ecosystem developments, and crypto analysis. If you enjoy staying ahead of the biggest Pi network news, make sure to subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because today we've got an important update that affects a massive number of pioneers around the world. Pi Core team has just shared a new tentative KYC update for the Pi network community. And for many users who have been waiting for answers, this could be one of the most important KYC-related developments we've seen in a long time. Now, if you've been involved with Pi network for a while, you probably already know that KYC, or Know Your Customer verification, has become one of the most critical parts of the ecosystem. Why? Because Pi network is trying to do something very different from most crypto projects. Most blockchains only care about wallets and addresses, but Pi network is trying to build a network of verified real human beings, and that changes everything. According to Pi network's official KYC documentation, the entire purpose of the system is to ensure that real people, not bots, fake accounts, or duplicate identities, are participating in the ecosystem. That's why KYC is not just a formality inside Pi network, it's infrastructure. It's security. And honestly, it may become one of the biggest advantages Pi has in the future AI-driven internet. But at the same time, the process hasn't been perfect. A large number of users have been stuck in what's called tentative KYC, and today we're finally seeing more movement around that issue. So first, let's explain what tentative KYC actually means. A lot of people misunderstand this status. Some users think it means rejection, others think it means approval, but technically, it's somewhere in the middle. According to Pi Network's KYC FAQs, tentative approval means the account has passed many verification checks, but still requires additional verification before reaching full KYC approval. In other words, the system believes the account is probably legitimate, but it still needs more confirmation before finalizing the process. This extra verification can include additional liveness checks, face angle verification, security confirmations, identity consistency analysis, and anti-bot protection systems. Pi Network has repeatedly explained that these extra steps exist to protect the integrity of the network and ensure fairness for genuine pioneers. Now here's where things get interesting. The core team recently reminded users that many tentative KYC cases may require users to complete additional liveness checks directly inside the mining app. And this is important, because many users either missed these prompts, ignored them, or accidentally closed them. Pi previously stated that additional liveness checks are designed specifically to help unblock tentative KYC cases and improve identity verification accuracy. So if you're still stuck in tentative KYC, this update suggests the system is actively continuing to process and review these accounts. And that's actually bullish for the ecosystem. Why? Because it shows Pi Network is not abandoning the problem, it's improving the system. And honestly, that matters more than people realize. Most crypto projects never even attempt real identity verification at scale, but Pi Network is trying to verify tens of millions of users globally. That's an enormous technical challenge. Different countries, different IDs, different languages, different lighting conditions, different device qualities. And on top of that, Pi is trying to stop fake accounts without blocking real users. That's not easy. In fact, Pi Network previously explained that tentative KYC exists specifically because the network wants to maximize the number of real humans approved while minimizing fraudulent or bot accounts. So while the delays have definitely frustrated many community members, the broader goal is still very clear. Build a trustworthy human network. And in the AI era, that could become extremely valuable. Think about where the internet is going right now. AI-generated content is exploding. Bots are everywhere. Fake identities are becoming harder and harder to detect. Social platforms are struggling with spam. Even governments and major tech companies are now talking about digital identity systems and proof of humanity infrastructure. And this is exactly where Pi Network could have an advantage. Because while most crypto projects focused only on token speculation, Pi spent years building identity Verification infrastructure. Now, of course, the community still wants faster progress. That's understandable. Some users have reported waited months, even years, for final KYC approval, and frustration inside the community is real. But from a long-term perspective, today's update suggests the core team is still actively improving the process instead of simply ignoring unresolved cases. And there are already signs of progress. Pi Network has continued rolling out improved liveness checks, AI-assisted KYC systems, fast-track KYC for newer users, migration improvements, and updated verification workflows. That tells us the system is evolving, not frozen, evolving. Now let's talk about why. This matters beyond just KYC, because this isn't only about verification anymore. It's about Mainnet migration. Users with unresolved tentative KYC statuses cannot fully migrate to Mainnet until they receive final approval. So every improvement to the KYC system directly impacts ecosystem growth. More verified users means more migrated users, more wallet activity, more ecosystem participation, more utility, and potentially stronger long-term network value. And if Pi eventually achieves actually global, identity-verified blockchain ecosystem, that would be something the crypto industry has never really seen before. Now here's another important detail. Pi Network recently emphasized that KYC verified users are one of the most important metrics in crypto because wallet addresses alone don't represent real people. And honestly, they may have a point. Anyone can create thousands of wallets, but building a network of verified humans, that's much harder, and potentially much more powerful. So while some people only focus on short-term price discussions, Pi Network appears focused on infrastructure, identity, and long-term ecosystem credibility. And today's Tentative KYC update fits directly into that bigger strategy. The network is continuing to strengthen verification systems, continuing to improve migration pathways, and continuing to prepare the ecosystem for broader adoption. So the real question is this: could Pi Network's biggest advantage eventually become its verified human network? That may end up being the most important part of the entire project. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you still waiting on tentative KYC? Or has your account already passed full verification? And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for Pi News Media. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.